Hey, Jordan over here, the Wolf of Wall Street. Welcome to Sales School. All right, JB here, the Wolf of Wall Street. Time for Sales School. The topic is your state of mind when you show up to a sale. And this is sort of a bookend to another lesson I've given you in Sales School about the transference of emotion. Remember, sales at the highest level is the transference of emotion. And the primary emotion you're transferring is certainty. The emotion of certainty. Certainty about your product, that it's the best product out there that's going to meet their needs, resolve their pain, best cost-benefit ratio, best value proposition. There's certainty about yourself, that you are the best salesman for the job, like you're going to be ethical with them, you're going to handle all their questions, anything that arises, you'll be there on the spot. Certainty about the company that stands behind the product. So again, the company's got to deliver the product, give customer service, right? You're transferring that certainty when you sell. And in another lesson of Sales School, I gave you this metaphor of it being like the way a home heating system works. You have the boiler in the basement, you have the ductwork, the HVAC system, right? Then you have the rooms. And the way the rooms get heat is how the boiler is hot, and it transfers that heat through that ductwork to the various rooms, right? Well, in this case of selling, watch. The straight line system, right, where you have this is your open, this is your close, open, close, right? So what's happening with the straight line system is as you move someone down the straight line from the open to the close, you're transferring certainty to that person. You inside must be absolutely certain. You must show up feeling certain. That's a state of mind. It's a physiological, emotional state, to be in a state of absolute certainty. And you transfer that to the prospect who's in a lower level of certainty because they don't know all the things that you know, right? And again, in this case, the straight line system, this represents the ductwork, the transfer mechanism. You are the furnace. You have to show up white hot with certainty. Then that certainty gets transferred to the things that you say, that you show the prospect, but it has to come from you. So the question really is, what happens if you show up to a sales encounter and you're not in a state of absolute certainty? What happens? Well, the straight line system has nothing to transfer. It breaks down. See, the job of the straight line system is not to create certainty. You create certainty. It's in your tone of voice. It's in your body language. It's in the assuredness of every word that escapes your lips. It's the airtight, logical case you make. It comes from you. The straight line system shows you how to transfer that certainty to another human being without pissing them off or boring them to death, basically. So there's all these things that can go wrong as you try to make someone else as certain as you. One of them is you could piss them off. Like, buddy, you sound like you're a know-it-all. Like, yeah, stop, I don't want to hear it. Like, we tend to do that. If we are so excited that we can come off the wrong way, we break rapport and we can't close. So the straight line represents this elegant, very simple way for you to transfer the certainty that you feel inside to another human being so they buy from you. Simple as that, right? So again, you must show up in a state of certainty. Now there's two ways to go about that. One way is to hope and pray that I hope I feel certain today. I hope I'm feeling on top of my game. And then you're going to have some days where you really are on top of your game and you're really certain, you sound great, and you close at the highest level. And then other days, though, you'll be not on top of your game, you'll be off your game, and you're going to have problems closing because you won't have that certainty inside you to transfer to someone else. That's the first way. The other way is to assure your success by making sure that you show up to every single sale in a state of absolute certainty. And for that, we use a very powerful technique with the straight line called olfactory anchoring. Now, olfactory anchoring is where we use our sense of smell and our other senses here to trigger a state of absolute certainty in ourselves. So when we show up to a sale, we're at the top of our game every single time. Now, there are other videos I have in Sales School and other places as well that will take you through that process. The purpose of this right now is to highlight the importance that when you enter a sales encounter, you must be in a state of absolute certainty. Any negativity, any misgivings you have, you got to leave those behind when you're out there, either in the field or on the phone, because that comes through to the prospect, and all of a sudden you end up being that malfunctioning boiler where you have no heat to transfer. So no matter how great your sales skills are, meaning your ability to use the straight line, you yourself are not in a state of certainty, and you have nothing to transfer, and you can't close. All right? So check out the other lesson in sales school about anchoring, specifically olfactory anchoring, and we'll talk again soon. Take care.